We some wolves, got the pack and it's boof. Wish you would pick the slack cause it's loose. Get the bag, pop the tag, then we move. Popp Hunna. No, not Roddy Ricch, but the guy who made that Corvette Corvette song that had literally everybody on TikTok doing that cringe dance to it.
Corvette Corvette, hop in a motherfucking jet like that, him and that like that.
And then, after it would go insanely viral, Lil Uzi Vert would also hop on the remix to the song, as Popp Hunna is also from Philly. But after the remix dropped back in December of last year, that was really the last time we ever heard of Popp Hunna. Well, that was until last weekend at Rolling Loud when this happened. One of the most disrespectful things I've ever seen at a concert.
Why you walk like that? Why you talk like that? Why you walk like that? Hey, DJ, play that shit. He don't even know how to do his own song. Let's go. Like I said, he said, oh shit.
Now, hold on. Let's watch this again. First of all, where is security at during this? They just let some random dude run on the stage, steal the mic from the performer, and nothing happened? We have this guy here, who looks like some type of security maybe, who just stands around and watches it all happen. And then we have his DJ, who actually runs the song back like he asked, and just keeps going on also like nothing happened.
Hey, DJ, play that shit. He don't even know how to do his own song. Let's go.
We have fans out here literally getting NFL tackled at Trippie Redd shows, and literally dragged off stage at Lil Baby shows.
What the fuck you doing?
I know some people were claiming that it may have been staged, but to be honest, I'm not sure why anyone would want to stage something that disrespectful on such a big setting like Rolling Loud, especially someone like Popp Hunna, who, as I'm about to get into in this video, is already fighting for any type of respect. But anyways, like I was saying, that Corvette Corvette song was really the last time we ever heard about Popp Hunna and his music. So in this video, I'm going to take a look at what happened to Popp Hunna. So as I mentioned, Popp Hunna, the 21-year-old rapper from Philly, first really blew up back in the fall of 2020 when his single, Adderall Corvette Corvette, would go viral on TikTok. Then just a few months later, in mid-December, the remix would come out featuring a verse from fellow Philadelphia rapper Lil Uzi Vert, who I believe it was said that he also did it for free just to show love to another rapper from his city. And besides the Corvette remix and music video, Lil Uzi would also do another remix verse for Popp Hunna on his song Takeoff, which would appear on his debut mixtape, Mud Baby, which dropped on Christmas of last year. But while it may have seemed like the best thing to happen to him at the time, linking up with Uzi would really be the start of Popp Hunna's downfall. Just days after the release of Mud Boy, some paperwork with the police would leak online, basically showing that when Popp Hunna was only 14 years old, he witnessed a murder and then fully cooperated with the police after, telling them everything that he knew. So as we saw in these leaked papers, basically he would tell the police and detective DJ had pulled a gun on his friend's little brother and then wanted to fight him, and then continues to give all the names of the people involved, and then states, "We were chilling and Meat walked up to me and said, 'Where the OPS at?' I was like, 'What are you talking about?' And then DJ and Meat were talking and then started grabbing at each other. And once DJ turned around and tried to run, Meat shot him. And then later on, he saw DJ's body fall in the middle of the street. I was standing right there with my mom, so another witness, and she said come on because there was school the next day." And then finishes off with the detective saying, "For identification purposes, we're going to show you a series of single image photographs. Let us know if you recognize any of these people." And then Popp Hunna says, "The first photo, that's DJ. Is this the same person you saw Meat shoot and kill?" And he says, "Yeah." So, I guess by definition, yes, Popp Hunna snitched. But let's also remember that he was only 14 years old at the time, and when this happened, his mom, who I mentioned was also there as another witness, would take Popp Hunna with her to the police to answer these questions. So as just a young kid, who still never really claimed to be a street member, and who just witnessed a murder between his friends, went with his mom and cooperated with the police. So is that still valid to say that he actually snitched and should be held responsible for it years later? That's for you to decide. Now, I don't claim to be a big street dude either or know too much about the street code, but if you know anything about the rap scene, cooperating with the police and snitching is not acceptable at all, as the #1 thing in hip-hop that you don't want to be known as is a rat.
Stay mad.
And so, once these papers would get all over the internet and word began spreading that Popp Hunna snitched, that's when Lil Uzi Vert decided that he no longer wanted to be associated with him. As Uzi would say in his DM, "Lil bro, you gotta take me off your EP. I can't accept what you did." Then Popp Hunna responded, "Come on, big bro. Everybody's starting to hate me because I was being loyal. I did what I had to do. I can't even get features from no more other artists because of this." To which Uzi responded, "Sorry, lil bro, I just can't respect what you did." And then also in this screenshot of DMs that Popp Hunna posted on his Instagram story, he also wrote, "I'm about to just quit rapping. All this paperwork just fucked my whole reputation up." So clearly, as we can see, Lil Uzi Vert did not want to be associated in any way with Popp Hunna after that paperwork leaked. As Uzi would also tweet, "Need my verse back, fuck that song. Real street dudes stick to the code." But although the Corvette Corvette remix with Uzi's verse is still out on streaming, the other remix he did for Popp Hunna's song, Takeoff, would quickly be removed. And Uzi would also delete all of the promo posts and videos he made about the songs. And so, once people started seeing that Lil Uzi Vert was no longer rocking with Popp Hunna because he snitched, as he also alluded to in the DM, everybody else started to hate him and he could no longer work with other artists because of this. So was Uzi right for basically canceling Popp Hunna for snitching? Like I said, that's for you to decide. I think we all have different opinions on this, but let's also remember again, he was only 14. And to be honest, I feel like a lot of people would have also done the same thing in that situation. But again, at the same time, he did snitch. But it's really just a matter of, was that really worthy of this reaction all these years later? And like we all have different opinions on it, so do many other rappers who would also voice their thoughts, including Wack 100, who would comment, "Salute Lil Uzi Vert. You did what you was supposed to do. I didn't snitch at 12 years old, so ain't no justification to him snitching at 14. Lil TJ, who would comment, "I did a bid at 14. No excuse, this bad works." Then YBN Namir would also chime in,
I don't understand why everybody trying to cancel the nigga and all that shit. Cuz was 14. You could probably do the same thing. Not me and you, Biggs, but niggas will probably do the same thing in this motherfucker. He not acting like he a real street, thorough, stupid, high-powered, crash-out nigga from a set. Nigga, he a normal nigga, so I guess you can give that nigga a pass. Let him make music.
and Charleston White, the Texas gang leader who has a very long criminal history.
So you mean to tell me and my mother witnessed a murder at 13 years old? And my mother take me down there and say what she saw and say, baby, you say what you saw, and you niggas is telling this kid that he should have went against his mama? Is that what these niggas telling us, my nigga? That's how you know these niggas ain't been in the streets.
So regardless on how you feel whether or not he should still be held responsible for snitching at such a young age, there's no doubt that all of this had an extremely negative impact on Popp Hunna and his career. Because as I mentioned earlier, really ever since that remix with Uzi, we haven't heard about Popp Hunna since. And after all of this backlash and severe drop in popularity, back in August of this year, Popp Hunna would share this post on Instagram referencing self-harm, saying, 20 years old with no purpose in life. Allah, call me home. I'm ready. I gave it my all. And then would also go on Instagram Live with a belt around his neck.
That's what my dad said. My dad said that he don't want me to be alive, so I'm gonna show him. I'm gonna put this shit right on the shirt. It's on him. First off, just like I said though,
But then, just a few days later, Popp Hunna would post this on his story. I miss y'all, I'm doing better. Talk to y'all soon. Now, he has put out a few singles this year in 2021, but none of them have gained any traction at all. Will Popp Hunna ever be able to bounce back and revive his career? To be honest, I don't think so. Not only has he basically ended all of his chances of working with other big-name artists now because of his reputation as a snitch, but let's also be honest. Did you really think that he was going to stick around and establish himself as a real name in the rap scene? I don't think so. I think he was just another guy who was lucky enough to have a song of his go viral on TikTok. So that'll do it for this video on Popp Hunna. If you haven't yet, please do me a favor and drop a like for me. And also be sure to hit that subscribe button to stay tuned for new videos every week. I also wanted to mention that I finally started an Instagram page for the channel, so be sure to also check that out as well.
We some wolves, got the pack and it's boof. Wish you would pick the slack cause it's loose. Get the bag, pop the tag, then we move. Never brag, hit the bag, then I deuce. We some wolves, got the pack and it's boof. Wish you would pick the slack cause it's loose. Get the bag, pop the